Hi guys, my name is Eugene. I'm also known as Templayer 777 and I'm a part of Chronicles of the Second War team, and I'm responsible for buildings, animations, terrain, intergreen and a lot of things. So today I'm gonna share with you the knowledge of creation of buildings in Reforged. So this is Retera Model Studio, and today we're gonna make a new building based on the tower. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to export the human tower and make a tower for Wildhammer Dwarven clan. So let's start. We are going to HD mode buildings human and taking the human tower base model. We are exporting it to our folder. Also we are exporting the portrait and probably birth also needed, yeah, for birth mesh. Next, what we are going to do, we are going to open the base model and remove everything that is useless to achieve our goal. Meanwhile, I will also explain what tools do we need. We need Retera Model Studio, we need Photoshop, we need Sublime text editor or any other text editor that can edit MDL. In this text editor, I prepared a cheat sheet for me with prescribed animation sequences that are needed because base building of the Reforged. In Reforged, as you can see, they use several models for building, like for separate for birth, separate for death, and separate for portrait. We are not going to follow that way. We are going to make one model for all those animations and instances. So that's why I prepared a sheet of predefined sequences which contain birth, stand, death, decay and portrait. Also I prepared cheat sheet for bones, for animations like translation and rotation, and color, if this will be needed later when we will edit the animations in the MDL file. So starting with removing unnecessary things. First of all, we need to remove the attachments to other models. Death links, birth links, and so particles we need for birth and death. We don't need to remove this. Sound of death we need to keep this. We need to keep the Ubersplat, the collision. Regarding flag bones, we can remove them because our building won't have any flags, and I believe any other bones also can be removed. Yep, although there's a particle emitter, yeah, we need to remove everything. So the only thing that we have left is root bone attachments for references, particles, Ubersplat, collisions, camera. Regarding the geosets, we will remove almost all of them. Of course, we are removing LODs, they are useless for our goal. And we are going to keep two geosets with separate materials. I will explain later why two. But first of all, we need to finish the preparation of the base model, which is going to be used for a new building. Okay, so we have a scout tower and we have guard tower. and these two towers definitely have different materials. We're gonna check that. Tools, textures. So we have Scout Tower and Guat Tower. Yeah, and we're gonna save this. Okay, now we have two materials here, and we gonna save this file as MDL. We will call it Wild Hammer Tower, and we will open it with Sublime text. Just need to wait while RMS is saving it. It is still saving. Let us wait. Oh, it should be saved now. Okay, we are opening it with Sublime text and looking at it. So first of all, I will rename it the model, and then I will replace the sequences, because I don't need all those tower stand multiple tier animations. We will have only one tier for our Wild Hammer Tower. So we have birth 60 seconds, stand 4 seconds, more than enough, death a bit more than like 1.5 seconds, decay 60 seconds, and portrait. After that we will save it, and after that we will switch to Photoshop, and we will open raw files of the textures for our building. So we have Wild Hammer Tower diffuse. Yeah, we have, by the way, these textures and the model of the Wild Hammer Tower is made by Shadi. He is our 3D artist, sound engineer, PR manager, and a great teammate that helps us in many ways. Okay, so we have these texture sets in PNG. Also, there is a texture for the eagle head, but I won't convert it because I already have this texture in Barracks, so I will just reuse this from Barracks kit. So, starting with team color. The team color is placed in two places. First of all, the team colored parts of the diffuse texture should be either white or gray, because the team color should be applied and without any like distortions. So usually I add it as a layer, maybe change some transparency, and also there is one thing regarding emissive. The parts which are representing the windows, if they are going to be glowing in the like animated version of the model, in the diffuse map they should be black. So what am I going to do? I'm going to select some places that are meant to be black in diffuse texture. I'm not sure about this because this piece is generated in Substance Painter and it has some kind of stretches, but I suppose that these parts will be used for glowing. Or maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should this like very accurately. This, and this. Okay, so I selected some places. Then I will go to main layer and I will just fill those places with black color. And I will remove the layer, the emissive layer that I used. Okay, yeah, and this is our diffuse texture that we are going to save from PNG to DDS with format DXT1 ARGB for BPP 1-bit alpha. The same texture format is going to be used for emissive. Just need to wait while Photoshop saves it. Okay, now we are going to save the emissive texture in the same way. With the same format. After that, ORM is going. ORM have different format, but still DDS. Also, I will apply sharpening, like sharpen soft balance, and format is 3DC XY8 BPP normal map. It will also take some time to save. Now we are going to ORM. So ORM is a bit more complicated. We need to save it twice, because for some reason when you save PNG to DDS it doesn't save alpha channel, so we are going to save it as, without any sharpening of course, as DXT5 ARGB 8 BPP interpolated alpha. It is pretty much heavier texture file, so the saving process will take a little bit longer depending on your machine. And once you saved it, you need to add alpha channel to provide the theme color. And in this alpha channel you need to pass the pattern or any image that shows the white zones that are going to be filled with your theme color. And after that you need to save the ORM again. Okay, once you saved it, you don't need Photoshop anymore. You're switching to RMS, opening our MDL file with changed animations, and we are going to replace the textures for our geosets in order to avoid creating manually different materials. This time we just kept the two original geosets from the tower, and we are going to replace the textures with our custom ones. Okay, Reforged work, buildings, other wild hammer pack, quad tower. So what do we have? We have the main tower textures, like diffuse and normal and ORM and emissive. Black 32 is basically emissive. Nice. And then we have our additional material for the eagle head. Eagle head diffuse, eagle head normal, eagle head ORM. Okay, we replaced the textures. Now we need to take a look at the source files that Shadi provided me, the OBG file of the wild hammer tower. Once your base model is saved, you can open the OBG and look at it. So what do we have here? We have the custom model made in a third-party applications. It can be Blender, it can be 3D Max, it can be Maya, anything that support export to OBG. And we have custom textures. But in order to have, correct rendering in Reforged, we need to follow some quite restricted way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this model as MDX first of all, for the sake of easy import. I will call it wild hammer tower SD. It doesn't have textures yet. It has a bunch of geosets with quite unknown namings, like it is not very understandable, but it is the issue of the conversion. So we remember that we have two materials and we have some geosets that needs to have eagle head material, and as far as I remember, eagle heads are, yeah, it's 14, 10 and 9. So we have 3 geosets for a particularly different material. We are going to remember them, memorize. I will write down. So 9, 10 and 14. I will open my cheat sheet and write 9, 10, 14. So after I saved this as MDX file, I will open my base building in MDL, wild hammer tower, and I'm gonna import the new geosets to this file. I will pick wild hammer tower SD. So we have 19 geosets, and each of them needs to be imported over existing texture. So first over, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8, as far as I remember, 9th is eagle head, yes, 10th is eagle head, and 14th is eagle head. All the others are default wild hammer tower. Okay, animations are going to be not imported. We don't need any bones. We don't need any objects. Well, visibility will be always visible for now. Great. And yeah, we successfully imported the new mesh. We are going to scale it up to make it more visible. We are going to compare its shape and size with the old tower. Maybe we need to scale it down a bit. And then we are going to place it in the center of the meshes and look at it from the viewport. And as you can see, if we go to unanimated model, yeah, our eagle head has different textures, our tower has correct textures, and now we can remove our Reforged default meshes. You can just delete them, and we can remove our matrix eater dummy bone that were created during the import, and we can assign our new meshes to the root bone. And after that, our first basic steps for a new building are done. We can save it, and in the next video I will explain the animations and different tricks that are necessary for the buildings.